So picked up a vise today. Was a throwaway or hand-me-down, I guess, as it were. So it's a Columbian 4500, 5.5 inch. This is still made today. I've seen it. I kind of poked around and I see they're selling a version of it on Amazon, a couple other places. Wilton now makes Columbian, but this is cast, made in the USA, which I don't believe any of them are these days. They're made offshores. These jaws are a little wiggly. It's missing the back jaws here. If I understand how this vise works, you can pull this out here, and if you have the other jaw here, you can go in this way, and then you get a really big opening to hold stuff. So I'm going to try to clean this thing up a little bit. It's got a pretty good sized base on it, and these things feel pretty tight, so I'm going to try to maybe lube these up and then loosen them up later on. But these feel loose, and I tried this already. I grabbed a nut, and these are spinning right off. So I'm going to take the jaws off because it looks like there's a bunch of crud in behind them. Try to turn so these are visible. Yeah. It's kind of an interesting vise. I'm not sure if this is supposed to be like an anvil type surface that you can hammer on. I mean, I'd always be a little cautious of smashing on a vise housing too hard, but yeah, so there's a bunch of crud in there. Let's see if we can clean that up a little bit. Let's see how well this tightens back up. Now, this whole vise looks like it's been painted, maybe even repainted. It's been painted at least once for sure, so I'll have to take these things back off eventually if I want to clean it up and make it look halfway decent. And I'll have to come up with a set of jaws for the back of it. But it's encouraging that the vise is still being made, because it's probably not too hard to come up with a vise for it. I mean, a set of jaws for it. Well, that definitely feels a lot firmer than it was. I feel there's a little bit of slop in here, but I think that just might be the vise. So, spin that thing around, see if we can. Alright, so these are a different size. There we go. And those are pretty loose. I'm amazed how loose these screws are and how easily they come out compared to other vices. I mean, and the jaws are in really good shape. I don't think this other thing ever got really used too much. So we'll try to clean this thing up a little bit. Yeah, look at those jaws. They look like they've never been used. Let's try to put this together. Let's see. I see some wiggle there. Definitely not tight, but that mates up. Got a nice grip. They line up firmly. And there's another cap made in the USA. You can't see it probably. Now I'm guessing these things are going to be stuck. Hey, they're not. What do you know? That's pretty amazing. That one's stuck. be an adventure if it wasn't stuck a little bit. Now, with some of you sickos hoping I'm going to just grab that handle, yes, off we go. A little heat makes it neat. That off. We'll see what we got underneath. Look at that. That thing is. This thing is brand. This thing has not been used. Oh, that's nice. And these are nice too. The teeth are not bunged up. It's nice and clean. Not bent. I like when the jaws are replaceable, the pipe jaws, but it's nice that it has pipe jaws built in anyways. The lead screw is beautiful. I guess my understanding is that this is reversible. So you can take this, come in, there's grooves that line this up. Come in from this side. With a full nut. Have a 9-inch opener. That's enough. Right. So I had read 9. This is measuring 8.5, and I'm missing a jaw piece, so I'm going to say it's closer to 8 inches. The way that this is looking. See what it is the other way. Five inches this way, 8 inches the other way, with that on the anvil side. So next thing is we can. That looks pretty clean. Where the vise nut is, we can pull that out pretty easily by the look of it. And my experience with Columbian is, you know, there's a retainer in here and a spring. So there's a snap ring inside here. I would pull the snap ring off to get this off in order to clean up this. You know, if I could get at this vise handle without anything else being in the way or taking paint off the vise. This side of it looks pretty nice with the paint. It's peeling a little bit here, and it's been repainted a little bit here. This thing is in really nice shape. But that's what we got so far. You know what? Let's see what this thing weighs. I'm sure there's a spec online, but I haven't looked, so. This. And what do we got? Looks like 47 pounds, 11 ounces, the way it sits. Might be a couple of ounces of gradouille on there. Nice. Columbian 4500. Also a Wilton 4500. Okay, let's get that vise nut off of this thing. And this is going to slide right out. I'll have to look into it, but I see this vise nut, G45-4M, is not dovetailed, but it seems to me this is a dovetailed space, that there should be a dovetailed piece that goes in there. Otherwise, why would there be a dovetailed space? It doesn't make much sense. So we'll have to look into that.